Today our nature story is about dolphins. Now we have here a very cute blue dolphin. See it swimming along? But sometimes dolphins get hungry and they want to eat their favorite food of fish. So see this fish swimming along? Yep, there's the fish, and the dolphin wants to catch the fish. But the fish, of course, doesn't want to get caught. So the dolphin might swim all over and get more and more tired trying to catch that fish. And the fish just keeps swimming away. And the dolphin gets tireder and tireder. And finally the dolphin might catch the fish. Yum, 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 yum. But by then, it's really... But if the dolphin has some dolphin friends over here to help him out, then when the fish starts swimming away, it sees the friends and goes, oh no, and swims right back into the dolphin's mouth. And the dolphin doesn't have to spend all day catching that fish.
Fire!
So, what dolphins really like to do is when there's a whole school of fish, they like to surround the school of fish, so the school of fish are kind of all stuck in the middle of a circle of dolphins, just like all of these ones, and cooperate. And then each dolphin might run in, grab a fish, and then another dolphin goes and grabs a fish, and then another one goes and grabs a fish.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yum, 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 yum. And they all get as many fish as they want, and the fish can't get away because there's dolphins all around them, so the dolphins get a nice, good meal without having to work super hard at it like they would have in the other case. So that is one example of how cooperation makes it so all these cute little dolphins can eat food and work together to catch fish. And today's story, we're going to talk about Nehemiah and how he got all of the people of Israel to cooperate to build the walls of Jerusalem in just 52 days, which is a really short time to build a whole city, but they all worked together and they were able to do it. In our story today, there was a man named Nehemiah. Here he is. And his job was to take the king food and drink and serve it to him. And usually he was pretty happy. There's the king and the queen waiting for their food and drink, saying, well, so the queen already got a drink. King's waiting for his drink. Anyway, one day when he went to the king and queen, he wasn't as happy as usual. He was very sad. And the king said, Nehemiah, what's wrong with you? Why are you so sad? And the queen said, yeah, why are you so sad? And Nehemiah said, you know, I just heard that the walls of my city, Jerusalem, they're not getting rebuilt like we thought they could, and they're still all torn up. And so I'm sad because that's my home city. And the king said, oh, that's too bad. What would you like to do about it? And Nehemiah prayed to God because he didn't want to get in trouble. And he said, well, would it be okay if I took a pretty long vacation and went and fixed those walls? Would that be okay with you? And the king said, yeah, that would be fine. In fact, I'll even give you extra stuff to make sure that you're safe. And Nehemiah said, well, it's okay, because I think our God can take care of us, but thank you for letting me go. Oh, thank you so much. When Nehemiah and his guard arrived in Jerusalem, they found the whole city in ruins. Everything was messed up. The gates were burnt and not up. Any pieces of walls were all over the place, bunches of rocks and other rubble. And the people were just living without walls. Some of them had built houses. But that's what the city looks like. And that's what Nehemiah had been told, but he was really sad. And he asked the people, why haven't you gotten more of this wall built? It's just a mess here still. Now, in those days, it was really important to have a wall to a city. And the reason was because without a wall, the bad guys would come and get you. So what would happen is if they had different robbers or guys like that, they could just walk right into the city, go up to anybody and say, give me all your money. And the guys would be like, okay. And they'd have to give it to them. So the wall was really important because it protected them from just random groups of people that would come and do that. During the night, Nehemiah went wandering about the city while everyone else was asleep because he didn't want them to know what he was doing, but he was deciding and making plans for what would happen. The next day, Nehemiah went and talked to all the people and said, you know what? Together, we can do this. If we all cooperate and build one section of the wall, we'll be able to get this done pretty fast. Can you guys all do this? And everybody said, well, I guess we can try. He's like, all right, here's the plan. And he laid it all out for them. Exactly what they needed to do. So they built the wall. Not everybody was happy about the wall being built. In particular, a guy named Sanballat really had it out for Nehemiah. He really didn't want them building the wall, maybe because it made it harder for him and his friends to come rob Nehemiah. So he came and made fun of everybody. He said, nee, look at this mess. You're never going to get the walls built. Nee. After those baddies left, Nehemiah heard from some of his friends that they were planning an attack with some of their other friends, and Nehemiah decided that they better protect themselves. So what they did is they had half of the people kind of get armed up, and the other half, they at least carried their swords on their sword hilts.
Chickens!
So Nehemiah did not order the use of chickens. Instead, he told everybody to get armored up. So half the people got ready to fight and got full armor, and half the people carrying stuff around, like carrying the equipment, would have a sword in one hand and carry the rocks in another, like these guys. And then the people that were building were wearing sword hilts. So you see, everybody was ready for action. And when the people around saw that this was not going to be an easy target because there was a bunch of really armed people here building walls, they decided not to attack. So God protected them. With Nehemiah's order, it made the people scared, and they were able to continue to work. And they continued to build the wall for several more weeks until it was all done. So in the end, Jeremiah and everybody worked together, and you see that the walls got done. Everything was complete. And they were so happy. And now, when the bandits tried to get in,
Ow! 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 Ow!
they couldn't do it.
Ow! Ow!
So everybody was very happy, and they were saying, yay, we finished, our walls are done, because we worked together to make this happen. So God prospered the people of Israel because they were able to work together and trust in Him. Our memory verse is from Nehemiah 2:20. The God of heaven Himself will prosper us. Therefore we, His servants, will arise and build. And that is just what Nehemiah did with the help of all of the people of Israel. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful week and that all of you work together with your family and your friends to do great things.